All right, Sistas fans, it is raining outside, so hopefully it doesn't interfere with the recording, but the drops are hitting the window pretty hard, so I'm going to try to talk louder than the rain. But this will be more of a fun video because given the fact that we know that Madam is supposed to come into the series pretty soon. I think it is next week's episode 5. I think it's all about who you know. I think that's the episode title, where Fatima decides to introduce Andy to her cousin in order to help her get Sabrina out of jail. But given what Fatima told Zach last week about how she called up her cousin to get the goons to beat up Hayden, but it turns out her cousin wanted to do more to Hayden than just that, based on Madam wanting to, kill Hayden and Fatima decided to spare him, it seems fair to assume Fatima let Madam know about everything that's been going on with Hayden and why she wants him beaten up, from the fact that the dude just won't leave her or her new man alone, and all the other crazy stuff he's been doing. So I'm under the assumption that Fatima will let Madam know exactly what's been going on with each of these characters and why they're potentially going to be on a hit list, or based on just what the fans have been saying for the past week or so. Okay, here's who Madam needs to take care of for Fatima next. So this is the top 5 list of characters who should definitely be on the lookout when it comes to Madam possibly, plucking them off if Fatima makes the phone call. All right, now I'm going to put Heather, the stripper, as number 5 because of the fact that, well, I don't really see a need for Fatima to have her killed off. I really don't. I mean, since the DNA tests say that Zach is 99.9%, probability that he is the father of the 3-year-old son, I don't think Heather will be in danger because I think Fatima keeps her in check by herself. Like slamming her head against the wall and everything. I think that Heather might be in danger if it gets to a point where she starts making outlandish child support, demands and things like that. But hopefully they get like joint custody and they're able to work things out reasonably. And as long as they can do that, I think that she might be safe. From Madam, yes. From Fatima, no. But Heather, based on her attitude, if she tries to, show that ass, and I'm not talking about in a stripper way, she better watch out. Number 4 is Gary, because of the fact that, all the stuff he's been doing to Andy. But then again, I feel like he's kind of safe because at the end of the day, Andy's doing this to herself. Danny was right to say this in like seasons 1 and 2. Andy's a grown woman. I'm not going to waste my breath telling her, what she should and shouldn't do. So, I mean, if she makes the bad decisions, I guess all we can do is just be there for her when, the shit hits the fan. And I think for me, an interesting way that Gary could be dealt with is by Madam, because it could harken back to what the girls have been saying, but we've never heard the true story of. Whatever that guy from college that Andy was with, apparently he was an abuser too. The girls did something to get rid of him. We don't know what it was. So what if, Fatima called Madam to deal with Gary once and for all? And that's a dark way to think about it, but that could remove him from the table, so Gary might, be in danger as a favor that Fatima does to snap Andy out of her predicament. Number 3, Hayden. He's middle tier right now just because of the fact that we know Madam already wanted him dead, but Fatima decided to spare him. So if Hayden screws up, he could easily go right to number 1 on this list. But Hayden, he got off easy. And it makes me wonder, like, hypothetically speaking, let's say if Robin either couldn't or just refused to get Zach out of jail, and Zach ended up, serving his time. I don't think Fatima would let that slide. She would call Madam back and be like, look, you were right. We should have dealt with him. I should have let you deal with him the way you wanted to. Now my man's in jail. Kill that asshole. Yeah, Hayden would be dead. So Hayden is like mid-tier right now. Number 2 is Karen. Without a shadow of a doubt, pregnant or not, Fatima she's reaching her breaking point. the fact that she's basically saying, I'm trying to keep peace, but your ex, I'm trying to stay off her ass. But Karen can just keep coming all she wants to with all the cursing and disrespect. But I'm just saying, Karen, she's definitely in the danger zone. But not as much as number one, Deja. I think there's going to be a time where that red car might be, missing in the driveway. Or it might still be there. And Zach's going to be like, wait, haven't seen or heard from Deja in a while. What's going on, babe? Fatima. And then Fatima's like, I don't know, babe. I saw her out there the other day, but that's it. Last time I saw her. I can imagine something dark, like, let's say in order to get rid of Deja, let's say Fatima called Madam to arrange some sort of like private, party or whatever, because Deja's like, I'm not a stripper. I just go to like private events and parties and whatnot. So let's say something like that is arranged. Deja shows up, but she never comes back. So I don't know. Deja can keep breaking stuff all she wants to, pretending that she needs Zach's help. She can keep coming on to Zach. And even though Fatima seems to handle her in the upcoming episode, I think Deja needs to watch out. So in my opinion, Heather, Gary, Hayden, Karen, and Deja are like the top 5 characters who are possibly on a Madam hit list. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like and subscribe. Follow me on social media, and I'll talk to you in the next one.